Hi everyone, in honor of Imbolc, I would like to do a pick-a-pile reading where we get some messages about welcoming the Aquarius season and also getting some messages from Goddess Bridget about how to take on any new creative challenges. So we are using the Seasons of the Witch Imbolc Oracle, and then also using a deck, the Bridget deck, for messages from the goddess. And Imbolc is the crossway, the midway point between winter solstice and spring equinox. And this could be a time of renewing hope, stirring, awakening, planting seeds of our dreams. And it also could feel like the harshest part of winter, where we're just, yeah, we've had enough of it. We've had enough of it. We need some renewal of hope, and we're using the last of our candles, the last of our resources and reserves. And so matching that with the idea, with the timing of Aquarius season, this reading is specifically to help you find how you can take on action and take on a new challenge or a new creative challenge. So take some time and pause and choose the pile of cards that speaks to you, and we will get to your message. Okay, for the first pile, let's see what you've got. Down, North Star, Sacred Space, and Garlic. Okay. So how you can make the most out of this Aquarius season and the energy of vision and independence. So if you are, it is to make use of all your downtime, your quiet time, space and opportunities where you are not affected by other people's energy, other people's viewpoint. And this might be hard in a time you're also trying to stay informed and maybe informed and stimulated and connected. You always need, it's like some meditation teachers say at these times, double down on your practice of mindfulness, of meditation, because however much information you gather, if you need to act from your truth, then you need your own quiet space to hear yourself, hear your higher self, hear from your guides if you have them. And ask for how to stimulate or brainstorm ideas in the realm of unconsciousness, in dreams, the quiet time after you've received a lot of input, like after going about your day, and then your meditation time before bed or your dream time is when the sparks of your intuition ideas could surface. So this might be a time to take notice of your dreams, and maybe the next morning do either journaling or oracle cards for those dreams, because this is enhancing the information where even your fresh ideas might be very unconventional. You're carving out a path, and you might not be following someone else. This is also a reminder that where you gather ideas, it's somewhere you want to have sort of a future for. It's something that will get you out of your present situation. And let's look at the next card, what kind of action you can take to move forward with these ideas. And this is, to me, okay, this is partly really echoing these cards where your own space, your energies, and your ideas are really important. You want to be able to tell when you are starting to be bogged down by all the other energies and ideas, and when and what you're feeling that is truly yours. This is just I do like this card because when it's been the most helpful confirmation to me, when it's like, oh, working on this thing does not mean I throw down my daily responsibilities or tasks. Your mundane routines are the places where you can have it to yourself. Maybe that's when you don't listen to news or podcasts. That is when you find your own rhythm, and that will clear out a mental and energetic space for yourself. And lastly, how to manage the stress created having a unique perspective. It is sort of an echo about your maintaining your sacred space. So again, going back to things you do have to take care of at your home, add a little bit of intention to it. Garlic is protection, and this again ties back to everything about how chaotic or how influential the outside world can be. And so it does not hurt to add some energetic protection, or also physical protection, and also just being a little bit cautious. Do just a little bit research before you act on something or talk about something, and be kind of cautious. There's a saying, trust in God but tie up your camels. Doing some due diligence every now and then will help you just kind of build up your knowledge base, build up your common sense, build up the kind of information you can share with others. And when things don't go perfectly well, you can say you've done your best to take precautions already, and you don't want to beat yourself up when something doesn't go perfectly as planned. And it's easier to feel that way if you do take some actions to prepare for it. You can, as we see in here, are some more of the mundane activities. Actually, even here, you can incorporate that kind of prayer to say, please help me notice what I need to protect myself from. Please help me notice and just come across the precautions that I can take. Okay, now, and let's see the messages from Goddess Bridget on the healer, poet, and smith aspect of yourself. Okay, first, Bridget's cross for protection. These crosses are hung above doorways to invoke Bridget's protection over home, hearth, and household. Call upon Bridget today and ask for her protection over an aspect of your domestic life. Affirmation is you are protected. So if you want to be a protector, invoke protection, ask for protection for your work, for those you wanna care for. For the poet's aspect for yourself, the Bridget's mental. For manifesting, Bridget's mental manifests magic and miracle. When 4 of her 8 women each take a corner and walk in the 4 directions, the cloak grew and grew until it covered the plains of the Curragh in Ireland. Bridget asks you to visualize what in your life you wish to manifest, conjuring up that dream and make it bigger, and now even bigger, and allow your dream to grow and expand like the magic of Bridget's cloak. In the affirmation, you are a manifester of dreams. for the Smith aspect, liminality for between times. Let's see. So we have a little lore about Bridget. When Bridget was born, her mother stood in the threshold of a doorway, neither in or out, as she gave birth. Strong aspects of liminality between worlds surrounded Bridget. So you are at a threshold. Allow the power, magic, and clarity of this liminal time to support you. So, talking both about the Aquarius season and transition, or just times of chaos or lacking clarity. This is exactly where you are working out your power for the Smith aspect, what you're working on, what you're refining, what you are persevering to deal with. So I feel like, yeah, these are very direct messages for each aspect from Bridget. For the healing, you have the cross. For protection, for creativity or for creating, you have the mental, or Bridget's cloak for manifesting with your vision. And then for the Smith, then you're working with ambiguity, and you are maybe you have a vision of from your creativity to guide you on what you're creating. Maybe you have vision of what it is that is important to you to protect, to heal, to grow, and that will also guide you. So don't, even if things don't feel clear and you feel like there's so much input, you're surrounded by things, these are situations we'll always come across in life, and it could be very powerful times. Imagining Bridget, the goddess being born when she's in between worlds. So don't let that bog you down. You have the North Star. You can take care of your life, and your everyday is opportunity for you to perform magic. And you have Bridget's very, very strong blessing and strong guidance. So I hope that is of use and of comfort and of inspiration to you. And I'll see you in another reading. Okay, for the second group, let's see what cards you got. Horned Owl. Aquarius. And Bloodstone. Okay. So as for how you can make the most of the Aquarius season energy of vision and independence, you are already you have perspective within yourself already. You have made observations. You are sort of the ones that is kind of having observed and maybe the protector of your community. You might want to continue utilizing that strength, or if you have been sort of playing a different role, maybe try to be the quiet observer. You might make sense and have your own unique perspective on what's actually happening, maybe in the bigger picture, or you're noticing some dynamics. And if you're really working on something for yourself, maybe noticing the environment around you. It might not be a time to be in the spotlight, to be the rallier. There might be bigger plans for you when you're able to gather enough information or gather enough of your own perspective when things are happening around you. And this might be how you want to utilize this energy, is by observing. You might notice something different. And as for what actions can you take to stimulate new ideas, it is embodying and stepping into fully the season. And that is why you might want to be the observer now, because where ideas will come from, the best ideas, is going to come from yourself. Don't be afraid of being silly. Don't cure your ideas prematurely. If it is a time that you don't want to overshare yet, and then maybe write them down in a journal, and you can come back to them to see what patterns you're making and what focus you were circling around. And as for how you can move forward with those actions, I feel it's going to take some digestion. You might have version 2.0, 3.0. Let me double check on this card, the Winter Besom. So this is talking about passageway, and I think, yes, talking about different versions of your ideas. You might have raw ideas, and then you do want to come back to them, iterate and focus in. It might be focusing on some kind of structure or a funnel, or just like a full flow. Like, for example, if you're designing a business website, you will have a full flow of how you get people to come here. What if this person chooses this? How do they end up receiving that other information, or how do you stay connected with them? Something like that. Or if you're creating some kind of event or something in your community, what are some of the logistics, and what are the funnel of the flows? Like, where do people come from? Where do people go to? Where do they see their options, and what different paths could they go down if they based on the options. So I don't think this is about rushing or feeling pressured to take on actions or produce something. You kind of going slow and wise, and having some sort of a plan or a bigger picture in mind. And lastly, how to deal with the stress of having a unique perspective. And we have Bloodstone, and this is a little bit pushing through. I do feel like you have to go through many periods of, not many periods, like different stages of gathering ideas and refining and tuning them to what you really want to honor, and what's the most important to you. I think being in this Aquarius energy, you might have a lot of brilliant ideas, and you might see a lot of important things. They might all seem great to you, but if you have to make choices or make decisions, this is sort of a confirmation saying you can choose something. You can make a decision by doing your best, picking something that you feel is truth to you, and deciding on something, and then follow up with any kind of momentum, a little bit of action. That will break the tension of stress, of fear a little bit. Once you can break that tension a little bit, you'll have momentum to keep going. Now let's see the messages from Bridget for your healer, poet, and smith aspects. First, we have the forge for transformation. Bridget stands at the fire of the ancient forge, creating magic with the transformation of metals from one form to another. And there's a little bit of visualization exercise that you can do. And the affirmation is, you are transformed. And so that is for the healer aspect. You might want to consider doing certain things differently, You might want to shift your focus if you're stuck in a rut, or if you want to, if you're hoping for something that's more expansive, having bigger effect. Maybe it is time to change certain things you're doing. For poet aspect, it is Imbolc of awakening. Let's see, what does it have? Bridget asks you to consider what has lain dormant in your life that now needs to be awakened as the earth renews under the waxing sun. Affirmation is you are awake. And so you can find some time to feel into what is awakening within you. If something is stirring, if it's things you want to grow, things you want to create, it is okay to kind of nurture some of the new ideas, new mediums or tools right now. And if you have time to feel into it a little bit. And so yeah, we have all these energies of shifting. For the Smith aspect, blackberry for boundaries. Blackberry hedges have line borings and roadways through the Emerald Isle, offering protection to small animals and the fairy realm. You are asked to reflect upon your personal boundaries. Perhaps you need to consider surrounding yourself with a layer of protection to maintain the integrity of your inner self, your truth and light. Allow blackberry to wrap its protective shield about you. You have healthy boundaries for the Smith aspect. And so this is kind of recovery. This is for creation and for kind of for transformation and for shaping things. You need some protection or boundaries. So again, for what you are going to create and present, choose your channels, choose your partners, your place, your workplace of creation. Your work might be the place of healing for you. So take those opportunities to also bond with yourself, to connect with yourself as well. And so looks like a lot of plans and activities ahead of you, and I hope you stay well and protect your energy. Take care of yourself. And thank you. I'll see you in another video. Okay, for the third pile, let's see what you've got. Snowflakes. Consecrate tools. Milk moon. Rosemary bread. Okay, in terms of how you can make the most of the Aquarius energy, we got snowflake. I think you have a lot surrounding you already. It might be resources, or you might see a lot of great, talented colleagues, dedicated people, and so you might, it's a good time to work with what's around you readily available already, and see the value in those people, in those things. Maybe brainstorm a little to connect the dots. The snow's coming down in sort of a format of inspiration and beauty and enjoyment, and so it is a time to it is a good time to draw on those the gifts from nature and from your community. If there are moments or situations that feel dull, turn it either into like a recovery period of rest, or try to see the things that you might have taken for granted, or find what ways you can maybe instill gratitude and beauty into those moments. And as for how to take, what actions to take to generate more ideas, you might be reaching out to either the divine realm or the subconscious for more ideas. It seems like you have you're starting on something already, and you can look for guidance even more with your magical tools, your spiritual activities. There might be things that come out if you take the time for such divine communications, with journaling, with a prayer and meditation. Notice the signs around you. Dedicate your tools to each activity or the intention that you're doing. If you're doing something, if you're brainstorming, be clear about, I'm allowing ideas to come in, I'm not making judgment, I'm not refining yet, and like open up your heart to allow for it to come in. And like if you're doing something else, if it's time to start editing instead of drafting, then make that clear and invite the spirit of focus and concentration and details to come in. So yeah, dedicate your intention and energy and set your mind to that state according to what it is that you are doing. And as for taking action on the ideas that you do receive, let's take a look. Milk Moon, which so it might flow quite naturally. You might know instinctively, very clearly, that of all the guidance and information and brainstorming that you get, what is it that it might be signs, an opportunity comes up, a phone call, a keyword that you see on what direction to go. So it's not a time to maybe plan too much. You are encouraged and supported to make your ideas come together, and it will come from what happens around you. Those will be the sign that kind of lead you naturally into what you want to be doing. Things will work in your favor. And as for how to deal with the stress of having a unique perspective, rosemary bread, it feels like it's kind of sharing, it's communal, it's community, it is food. Breaking bread, let's see here, with the spirit of rosemary. When you're kind of you're working yourself independently, and then it's almost like your work and your ideas are sort of separated from your community life, and it might be good to work those family time, community time into a part of your process. This is where you break the tension. This is where you get kind of a different energy flow when you're not so focused on work or project. Things that feel like just relaxing or for fun, that might be the sort of the energy change that you might need to either see the snowflakes, see the beauty around you, or to reset you and fill you with a little bit of like love from the human world, and not just your ideas creation and the world of spirituality. And now let's see what messages that Bridges have for you for your healer, poet, and smith aspects of yourselves. Okay, sleep for renewal. We often lose sight of the simplest, easiest cures. Focusing on how you can get better sleep is worth your effort now. If it is not easy, renew your faith in different ways. Warm milk before bed, or lavender essential oil, or relaxing body scanning meditations, lighting, changing up your different bed sheets or pajamas. Seems like improving your sleep or might be good for either your healing activities or helping yourself recover. And for the poet aspect, goddess of poetry, okay, for created life, and this double confirmation, you are creative, and this could be, Bridget has helped me with just, I have given up creative work so many times in my life, and she's always there to say, just keep doing it, pick it up, there's no shame, don't focus on what you're not doing, just focus on when you do pick it up again. And so whether it is you're feeling out of touch with the muse, with the divine spark, or you feel like I'm just out of ideas, I'm just doing everything that people are doing, no, none of that. Call upon Bridget, pray to her for ideas for creativity, and obviously you can work on your sacral chakra, orange colors, orange foods. It is an encouragement that this is not a time that you need to rest in terms of trying to create or coming up with ideas. And for the Smith aspect, snowdrop for beauty, a harbinger of returning warmth of the sun. And this echoes a little bit with the snowflake card, and renew your work with see the hope, see the love, see the beauty in your work, and let that fuel you. I think you need these to work with together. Good sleep leads to energy and just a good foundation to see the good things and notice the good things in life and in people. So don't get super bogged down by your work. I feel like you have quite a amount of work going for you, but these messages are saying do be balanced. Your work is your drive for something better. Work with the divine, work with Goddess Bridget, and you might be able to find support from other people. Be balanced in your individuality versus community life, and in your work and your rest. And it feels like a lot of good flowing energy, and Goddess Bridget is present with you. She's excited to see how you just continue to move forward and enjoy your life in all of this. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in another reading.